Hey guys, I just wanted to make this video. It's been a couple days now that I've had this Blackberry Key One. Just wanted to kind of do a little overview, just to kind of show my review and my experiences with it. So yeah. First of all, this is my first ever official Blackberry device. I've had some of the units from Unihertz, which is, I guess, the most similar company that you can buy a phone now that has a physical keyboard. But yeah, so I mean, I've been using it now for a couple days. It's pretty nice. I will say I did expect to not be that good with a physical keyboard, but it's actually been a pretty good to use. Like so. Do another note. Just a little test. So I'm gonna do the quick brown fox jumped over the fence and ran away. So you can see actually pretty accurate. So let's try this again with the predictive text that I like using. So say quick brown fox jumped over the fence and ran away. So see that? So it's pretty good about remembering what you type pretty quickly. I know most Android devices are, just because usually you're using Chrome for your browsing, for most of your passwords that it saves. So it's usually pretty good, but I have noticed that it's a lot faster in knowing what knowing where you're gonna type. So it'll save everything up here. So that has been pretty cool. Do another one. Heading home now, and we'll call you later. So still not 100% accurate with my quickness, but I mean, give it a couple more days and I'll definitely be pretty fast on it. So yeah, I mean, it's been pretty cool using a keyboard. One thing I really do like is the recent app screen, how it's laid out. It's a lot nicer than your standard Android carousel. You can still see what's all in the apps, and it's just cooler to see, in my opinion. So that's something I wish you could do on a basic device. And then I also wanted to show y'all, so I took off the panel right here to where you can see just like your text messages and stuff. So I really felt like it wasn't necessary because you have the hub. So I just wanted to show you that you still can utilize the hub. All right, so it'll combine all of your call logs, text messages, emails, any account you put in here. You'll see it has I have my Outlook, Gmail, text messages, call logs, Instagram, Facebook, Messenger, YouTube, Amazon, and TikTok. So the BlackBerry Hub does still work in 2023. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty useful, I think, just because you don't have to go to multiple apps. You can just go to one place, just have everything. So I just want to kind of show you how to do it. So it doesn't give you the option to set up a default email account. I guess just because of BlackBerry turned off all their services, you can't really set that up. So that's really not that big of a deal. It took me a second to figure out how to do it, but all you do is you go down here to manage accounts, then you can add add any account. You can rearrange them, set specific colors. But this is how you add an account. So, and if you do try this, go to add an email account. I guess because of BlackBerry services, it'll let you type the account in, but it won't fully go through. So you just have to add an app through the BlackBerry Hub Plus, and you just pick any account you want to have in there. Like if it's something that you get notifications through. So let's just say, I'm trying to think what else I would get notifications through. Not really anything. Maybe Meet, which is like FaceTime for Android. So just do communication. All right, you get some notification saying it's been added, and there it is, right there at the bottom. So let me go in here and rearrange that, and put that next to phone calls. Put the under call logs. Okay, so yeah, that's been pretty cool using, and I just want to show you can still use all of your social medias. So I mean, really this device isn't probably meant for like all your socials, but still use it like perfectly fine. It's pretty snappy. It's not as fast as like a modern phone nowadays, but you can still see that you can use all of your socials still, right? Has a little bit of a lag right there, see? Just a little bit of a lag, but not too bad. So you still use all of your socials, and you still get access to the BlackBerry Detect, which will scan your device and tell you if you have any software that's going to corrupt it or anything like that. So as you can see, I'm good. Right. So yeah, I mean, you can use, like, I use my security app, which I couldn't use on the X Fold. That's one of the main reasons why I sold that device. But unfortunately, I can't use the Ring app, which is what I use for my security at the house. But just because this hasn't gone past Android 8, and I'll show you that right now. So system update. Obviously, they quit supporting this device, so the first it got was Android 8.1. And the last security patch, we go to that. Last security patch was November 1st, 2019. So, which is a lot further because they basically quit making the phones after 2018. So, yeah. So all the emails and everything still works nowadays. You can still use it like a normal device. All your texting, group texting, multimedia messages, all of it works. Probably the only issue that I've had. Let me see if I can show you here. See if it'll happen. The biggest issue I've had with this device is the GPS connectivity. So let's just type in like a random. Let's just type in like a farmer's branch. So it'll connect.
Head east on Hightower Drive toward Windhaven Road.
Then you hear that British voice. That's pretty cool. I think you can go in there and change it. I think that's just one of the older voices that used to be on maps back whenever it was Android 8. But it's probably not going to disconnect just because I'm not actually driving anywhere yet. But I've been having a really hard time with the navigation. It'll say signal lost. Like if I'm doing a trip that's a total of like 30 minutes driving from point A to point B, it'll probably drop signal, I don't know, like 6 or 7 times, which is a lot. Cause like the other day, I was on the highway, just driving somewhere, to make a delivery, and I dropped connection right as I was supposed to come to an exit, and I didn't realize it. And so I had to circle all the way back around and probably added an extra 10 minutes to my trip. So, I mean, it's pretty much a big deal if that's what you do for a living, which is what I do. So I was considering getting like a GPS, but then I thought to myself, I have this device, the Note 20. So why would I waste money on a GPS? You know what I mean? But I do want to give this Key One another few days just to test it out more, to see if I can potentially improve the GPS connectivity. But I also wanted to show you here that I was able to install the hub on the Note 20 Ultra as well. So I'll just show you the difference here. So exact same setup, see? Let me actually change this to dark mode so that it looks similar. Right, looks exactly the same. I like in light mode better though. All right. So the exact same, obviously a bigger screen, and probably, I mean, the other biggest difference in this device and like your modern device that you would use every day is going to be the actual speed of everything. So obviously it's a lot older device. It's over 5 years old now at this point. So your navigation throughout your screens, open up a web page. So you see there, see that delay? Much faster. Right? Type in Old Navy. And this is just on Wi-Fi. They're both on the exact same Wi-Fi network. So as you can tell, let's do the same thing here. Much faster on the Note 20 Ultra, right? It has nothing to do with connection speed or anything like that, because this is on full 4G. This is just on Wi-Fi. But at the moment, this is just running off Wi-Fi because it's not connected to the Wi-Fi. So you see how much slower it is? And it's pretty obvious because because the device is 5 years old. So really, I can't knock it or complain or anything like that, because it's just the device's hardware chip set. This is obviously going to be way faster, way stronger. It's obviously going to be way weaker. So if you're buying a Key One, just know that going in, obviously, it's going to be a lot slower device versus your standard, normal phone from any time between like 2020 and up. So, and then one thing I did see people always say about BlackBerry devices is that they wish it had the option to use like the gestures versus the buttons right here. Personally, no matter what device I use, whether it's a foldable phone, a slab phone, a keyboard phone, whatever it is, I'm always going to use the buttons right here. I just prefer it personally. All right. And then yeah, I mean, it still works with all your banking apps. One thing I will say, let me get a piece of paper for this. See if I can show you something. All right, here we go. Let me show you something. Take this out. Just a regular piece of paper. Oh yeah, we're having a baby, so I'm really excited about that. It's gonna be an awesome year. Let me show you something. So I use this app Fast Scanner a lot for work. Let me just scan this document. Okay, so that's how it looks whenever you scan a document. Looks like that, right? That's on my Note 20. This is on the Blackberry Key One, right? Okay. Just adjust it here. The one thing I've noticed is that this camera, even though it's so much older on this device, is really good for scanning documents, whether it's low lighting, bright lighting, whatever the situation may be. Right, comes out pretty good. This one as well is gonna come out pretty good too. This is, for some reason on this phone, this always comes out like a picture quality. Let me actually try it. Let me try it one more time. See on the Key One. See if it'll make a difference. All right. Yeah. See. So this phone right here, it'll scan it almost like a picture quality. Whenever really it's supposed to be like a document type quality. And this one over here will make it kind of more of like a document versus a picture. So where you could save it as a PDF and send it. All right. Probably not the best example of a document. Let me get one more piece of paper real quick. Now let's try this one. This is probably better because there's no actual pictures on it. So let's try this. This is Note 20 Ultra. Okay. Exact same lighting situation on both devices. Okay, it'll recognize it. Still, see, it comes up like a picture versus a document. All right. See, a little bit more of like an actual document versus picture. See that? Like a document, and it has more of like a picture quality to it. So, just situations like that. Like see here, it's from one of my routes the other day. Pretty good picture quality. I mean, pretty good document quality. And like all these right here, Note 20 looks more like a picture quality versus a document. So it's just little small things like that. That's something that I've really noticed that I've really enjoyed about this camera, is that it's really good for scanning documents. And then, I mean, obviously this device at the time was made for your business person, so it makes perfect sense for it too. Let's get that out of here. Yeah, but yeah, that's probably the main thing that I've noticed, that this device is not the best for just for GPS. It'll drop connection pretty quickly. Let's do a little bit of a difference in the software here. So obviously this device, the Key One, stopped at Android 8.1, and there's no options for any kind of third-party software, which I'm actually kind of shocked. Like even if you go to like crackberry.com or anything like that, or any of these sites to where you can normally get info on like custom ROMs or stuff like that. There's absolutely nothing for BlackBerry, and I guess that's just because their bootloader is usually pretty secure. So I guess that's why. But yeah, so you can see here, pretty old, right? Can't do as much. And of course, this is going to be the Samsung UI, so it's going to be a little bit more up to date, I guess. They're probably the best when it comes to software updates for their devices. As you see, it's pretty stock. You really can't do anything custom, even on the widgets. Go to widgets. Right, these are pretty standard widgets. Still in here as well too, though. But so like Chrome, same options. It's just separated. It's not in its own tabs. Your clocks. Let's see, it's just a little bit separated. Obviously, this is on Android 12 currently. Android 13 is actually out for the Note 20 Ultra, but for some reason on my device, whenever I go to software update, and this is a fully unlocked version, it doesn't give me the option to update yet. So I'm not sure what the delay is with my device specifically, but I might have to go on some website and actually manually install it through a computer if I want it on there. So it's really not that big of a deal. But yeah, so pinch to zoom, no pinch to zoom here. Oh yeah, this is something pretty cool about the BlackBerry launcher. So you can do swipe ups on your home screen to open up the widgets versus actually having a set widgets. So that's kind of cool. Let's see here. So you can open up your widgets from the home screen versus having to do it. So that's kind of cool. And then just like one biggest thing that's kind of holding me back from making this my permanent daily driver, it's just how fluid it is with the Note 20. You can do so many different options from all the tabs, right? Calendars. I haven't opened any app, so it's just so fluid. You got the big 7-inch screen, smaller 4.5-inch screen, right? And you just do so much more. But if you are someone that really enjoys the keyboard, this is probably one of the best devices you can get. Like, I haven't personally used the Unihertz Slim, but I think that screen, if I'm not mistaken, that screen's only 4.3 inches, so that would be even smaller than this one, so that would be hard to use, I would imagine. But yeah, I mean for your basic needs in emailing, texting, social media every now and then, this device works perfectly fine. You have absolutely no issues. Then let me show you the convenience key here too on the side. You can hold it down. You have up to 3 options, so you can do the torch. Turn that back off. Immediately open up camera. And this camera is actually really not that bad on this phone, to be honest. It's pretty nostalgic when you take a photo. Do you hear that? Hear the old school sound? And then with this phone, it doesn't have autofocus. You have to actually tap the screen to get it to recognize it. and focus in. So that's kind of old school. There's really not many options you can do. You can change the picture size. Right up here, you can change the brightness in your camera options. Right. So pretty basic, really. But I mean, really, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're buying this phone, you're not buying it for, for your social medias and your excellent camera. You're buying it for this keyboard right here. So really, this is really what it's for. So I've already set up all of my quick apps. Like if you want to access them somewhere, type in Y, it'll go straight to YouTube. Right? You can long press it. You can then assign an app you want for long pressing. I don't have anything for it assigned like that. So let's go to do short press on B, Bank of America. On a long press, nothing assigned either. G, Gmail. Long press, nothing. I actually have Google. So see that? Short press, Gmail. Long press. Do it again. Long press, Google. All right. So it's pretty quick. You can if you're anywhere in your phone, you can just quickly jump to your app that you wanna assign that to. And for Facebook, so pretty cool. All right. Pretty useful for multitasking, especially with this phone, because like with this device, of course, because it's a bigger screen, you can say do Gmail, then come in here, open a split screen, and open up Amazon, right? Whatever it may be. Switch them around. Add that as a bookmarked, right? Move it, adjust the screen size. On this device, you can't. So really, you got to open up one app at a time. Which you can, but the screen's so small, it's really not worth doing. Right? Open up one app and then just use your recents to go back and forth. That's what I would suggest. Versus even attempting to do any type of split screen with this, it just wouldn't be worth it. And of course, you got your power button over here on the side, which many people really don't like them on the side. That's why with the key 2 was over here on the right side. But personally, I think when it comes to, let's say you're taking screenshots, right? We got Georgia winning last night. Georgia won last night. Then we got TCU winning last night. Watched that one in the back room on the projector. That was a pretty good game, right? So, screenshot. Gotta come over here. Long press it. Again, pretty nostalgic with the sound, right? Over here, kind of the same thing. You got. Let's go to gallery. All right, you gotta go like this, screenshot, or you can come over here on your side panel, take a screenshot. Or you can take your hand, go across like that. So you have more options to do the same thing versus just one option over here just because the phone's, see? It's not quick. You have to long press it. So, and that's just because the phone's older. So really you can't knock it where it kind of falls short just because of the age of the device itself. So, but overall, I would have to say that I've really enjoyed this device. For what I paid for it, it's definitely worth it. Just to have as like a backup device for just for communication. If I have a day where where I'm not working and I don't need to use GPS, this would be my go-to device probably, just because I enjoy pulling it out and using the keyboard. But like more importantly, especially coming into this next year, I think I'm gonna try to focus on obviously not buying so many phones and devices, because this past year I've probably went through 10 different phones, which for an average person that doesn't have a super huge following and channel, it's not worth it financially. Even though I can afford it, it's just not worth it. So yeah, that's something I'm going to focus on this year, is kind of trying to try to limit myself with buying so many devices, and just use these as tools for work, right? That's really what they're mainly for. So this is going to help me in that, I believe. And like I still might potentially get a GPS for my truck at work, just because it's always good to have in case my phone dies, or I'm in an area that's out of town that has bad service. So, and like I'm sure I could find one for, I don't know, $60-70 or so. And then if I do get a GPS, I'm probably going to switch to this full time, just because I enjoy the keyboard that much, and just a feeling of nostalgia with pulling it out of my pocket. It's been pretty cool. I also want to show you here the difference in the folders. So obviously you can't really customize this or change it unless I put on a different launcher, which I really don't want to do, because I feel like that would just slow it down even more. With only having 4 gigs of RAM, it already kind of goes a little bit slower than your average device. This is how the folders look. Right, this one's how they look. Obviously, you can customize this to where it opens up smaller screen, full screen, transparency. Really however you want to customize it. So, but yeah, I just thought it was pretty neat how I can do the hub on both of these devices. So, right, and then yeah, really the keyword is it for me, to be honest. Just how it's capacitive, how you can use it to scroll through web pages, your socials, just really anything you want to do. And you can see here, use it to scroll. It's pretty nice not having to actually touch the device and get fingerprints on it. Let me show it one more time with the case off. I feel like I haven't shown it that much with the case off. And I have another case coming for it too.